Hello everybody, I'm Rick Rowe coming to you live from the City of Lights, Natchitoches, Louisiana for the KPXJ CW21 Christmas Show. Brought to you by Northwestern State University. And folks, is that not a beautiful sight? You're getting a rare look at the lights a little early. They don't officially turn them on until Saturday night, but we're having a rare treat tonight. And over the next 30 minutes, I hope you get an opportunity to see the unique relationship between the City of Natchitoches, Northwestern State University, and the festival. The festival, of course, 85 years old. This is the granddaddy of all Christmas festival. Goes back to 1927. They started with a few lights downtown. Then they did a set piece, and a few years after that, the first set piece was a Star of David. Then in the early 1930s, they spent $300 on fireworks. And then over the years, this festival has grown into something that is really pretty amazing. Instead of just a weekend, which it was for many, many years, now it's 45 nights of lights. You can watch lights here, come down and see the lights. Every Saturday night there's a fireworks display. There are Christmas carolers up and down Front Street. Just an amazing place. But one of the best ways to see this city is to take one of those quaint, charming little carriage rides through the historic downtown district on Front Street. And when you do that, you see how this town has really maximized its greatest asset, and that would be its history. Why are you using something that was made in 1917?
Why would we get rid of something that still works?
Luke Frederick, you're a genius. Of course, he was talking about the old 1917 cash register at the Cafe Frederick General Store. The oldest one of its kind in Louisiana, but what he said applies to everything Natchitoches. Why would you throw away anything in this wonderful city that still works so well? And so they haven't. You see, much of what once was Natchitoches still is. And you see that on those wonderful carriage rides through town.
That was built in 1830. It was the pioneer bank in the land.
Right next to a place that dates back to before the Civil War, you see a new sports museum. And next to it,
there's going to be little shops down here on the bottom. All this up on the top are condos where you can live at.
Then it's down historic Front Street, and a story about those bricks you might not know.
In 1940, the city decided they wanted to pave over our brick road. Well, 100 ladies got together from the Historical Society and laid across the road to stop the machines from coming.
Thank God for little old ladies with courage. You pass the charming Lazion's restaurant, home of the famous meat pie, and next to it, something else I bet you didn't know.
You see the clock tower? Well, right below it is the hanging gallows. This was a hanging court.
You amble by the first B&B in Natchitoches and hear more stories of the sometimes very strange way it was.
Miss Porter rented out rooms to travelers that come to town. Well, the gentlemen weren't allowed to bathe inside of our house. They had to bathe it back here in the bayou. Because back then it was improper for a man to bathe in a single woman's home.
You see the Steel Magnolia House where all those steel magnolias came together in the summer of 1988. It's still here too, and Melrose and Oakland. All much as they once were. And then of course there's that river. Lower now, victim of the great drought of 2011. But soon to be lit up, as always, by the Festival of Lights. 600,000 of them. And every Saturday night, the sky over the Cane River explodes. This Christmas festival is old, too, 85 years old. But like everything else in Natchitoches, why would you throw away anything that still works so well?
And they don't throw it away. And that is what they have done so well here. They realize the importance and the economic value of history. So does this guy. This is the guy that's been the president of Northwestern State University for 16 years, Dr. Randy Webb. I know you love this town, you love this college, you love this festival. Why? Why is it so important to Northwestern?
Well, as you know, Northwestern is steeped in tradition. It was founded in 1884, and so when you've got a tradition celebrating its 85th year, like the Christmas festival, we just fall right in line with it. And of course, year after year, Our Spirit of Northwestern marching band is a lead participant in the parade. The mayor and I and others host a big reception all day long downtown during the Christmas festival.
Right.
And Northwestern for over 20 years has held the Christmas Gala on campus.
Right.
So we fit right in with
Sure
the
do.
Christmas season, with the Christmas festival.
I know you're proud of your college. It's amazing. Thousands of teachers, principals, coaches, thousands of nurses have come out of this school. What's going on right now that you're really proud of?
Great things are happening every day at Northwestern. As you know, we serve Northwest Louisiana and fully. Actually, we have the headquarters of our nursing program is in Shreveport. We teach at Barksdale Air Force Base. We have a presence at Bossier Parish Community College there. We have the beautiful Northwestern campus here that's local. We're as local can be, and we want to treat people especially well.
Yes.
But we're a global university as well. We have 29 degree programs completely online, so as we go about serving the military and people around the world, we're global in all that we do.
You are special, brother. I know you love it, and this is a little treasure, I'll tell you. Northwestern absolutely is, and we'll be talking more about the wonderful relationship between the city, this festival, and this college later on. But coming up in just a second, what would it have been like to celebrate Christmas at one of the old Cane River plantations? We're going to take you there when we come back. And welcome back, everybody. I'm Rick Rowe, coming to you live from the banks of the Cane River in Natchitoches, Louisiana, for the KPXJ CW21 Christmas Show, brought to you tonight by Northwestern State University. Thank you for joining us. And is that not beautiful? I tell you what, I've seen this thing 1,000 times, I think, and it just never gets old. This is one heck of a town. Nobody does Christmas like they do it here in Natchitoches. But you know, it didn't actually start here. Now, the festival did. The festival started here 85 years ago, 1927. But you're talking Christmas. Early Christmas in this part of the country actually took place in some of those old plantations. And I had the rare opportunity to visit Oakland and to find out what it was like to celebrate Christmas 200 years ago on the Cane River.
For a couple of hundred years, the Prudhomme family celebrated Christmas here at Oakland.
Their Christmas tree always touched the ceiling, and you're looking at a home over here with 12-foot ceilings. You know, decorations were there. There were limited garlands. Folks always saved Christmas cards and decorated with that kind of thing. Used a lot of local foliage. So oftentimes, you know, just greenery that was still in bloom was used.
Imported fine wines and had oysters and probably a meal of several courses. And it was around the middle part of the 1800s when the Christmas tree started to come into fashion. Franklin Pierce was the first president to have a Christmas tree in the White House.
The Prudhommes were savers when they left the house in 1998. The National Park Service surveyed 1 million individual pieces. Old toys, the family Edison.
So in keeping with the Christmas traditions, music was big. So a lot of times we have a lot of these Edison wax cylinders that are actual Christmas songs and Christmas melodies.
And they saved Christmas cards, hundreds of them, dating back to the 1920s.
What the family did is, at the end of the holiday season, instead of just throwing the stuff away, they bundled it all up and saved them. Nice little stringed up packages, including the year that all the stuff came from. You'll see different plantations in Cane River, folks sending cards back and forth, doctors' offices, relatives.
As nice as Christmas must have been in the big house, it was also celebrated out here, in the cabins.
Christmas was a time of fellowship and coming together for all the different classes. And during Christmas, often gifts of food were even given from the planter class to the tenant farmer class, for instance. And if you go back to the antebellum period during slavery, it was that kind of a festive mood too. You didn't work that day.
We know what Christmas was like here because members of the Prudhomme family and the tenant farmers who once worked here still live within a few miles of the big house. Generations of children experience the joy of Christmas morning here and here.
And they'll tell you, yeah, Christmas was humble. We got apples and oranges in a stocking, very limited gifts, that kind of thing.
For some, it was a doll and a new bike. For others, an apple and a fresh orange. But when you're little, a gift under a tree on Christmas morning is always magic.
And that would be a couple of the Prudhomme boys. You know, that house, Oakland, is a National Historic Park, and that's the reason why. You've had the same family lived in the same house for over 200 years. That is rare in America. And you talk about rare. Northwestern is a rare university. As I mentioned earlier, thousands of teachers, coaches, principals, thousands of nurses got their start here. And so a couple of years ago, they had an anniversary, 125, and a couple of local guys put together a little coffee table book that takes you on a trip down memory lane.
Our book on the 125th anniversary of Northwestern, of course, means a lot to people that went to Northwestern or know the campus. But to anyone interested in the panorama of what education has changed in the last 125 years.
Where students would call the president of the university and ask him to come pick them up the train, and where there were rules in those days about how far the dress had to be from the floor, and one rule was not squashing bugs on the beds, and there was a time for years when Coca-Cola was banned on campus. Education is, we're noted for our education program. We've produced teachers for 125 years now, for teachers and principals and coaches and supervisors, and so education is a big part of the school. Nursing, we have the 4th largest nursing school in the nation, and our nurses, a high percentage of nurses in Northwest Louisiana are Northwestern graduates.
Also, we now have a very prestigious part of the National Park Service on campus. It's the only national center for preservation technology and training in the United States. This was in the late 40s when you see there are like 5 or 6 light displays and 1 Christmas tree.
It was a very laid-back thing. We'd walk downtown, and usually there was a ball game in the afternoon. There was a time when we had a Christmas bowl here, a Christmas festival bowl in the 1950s. And
we'd all go down on the riverbank, watch the fireworks, then we'd walk back down Jefferson Street to the campus, and there that night it was a John Denver concert. I can remember him singing there, and everybody was in this wonderful holiday mood here at Natchitoches. That film, you know, one of the highlights of the movie is dealing with the Christmas festival. And that brought a national exposure, actually international exposure, to Christmas in Natchitoches, and has really sealed the fact that Natchitoches is what we consider to be the home of Christmas in this part of the world.
This book is a potpourri of events and pictures and places and things that took place here over 125 years, and it's been really well received. People like it. People have bought it as gifts. People have, they don't just buy one. After they buy one, you usually hear back from them and they want 2 or 3 more. So the anniversary book has really been popular, and we're proud of it.
Coffee table book. It is a good one. Now, it's easy to get details about the Natchitoches Christmas Festival. Just log on to our website, that would be ktbs.com, or go straight to their site, christmasfestival.com. There you'll find a complete list of events and attractions that can get you all the directions you need. Plus, you can find out about RV and bus parking, the parades, check out a photo gallery. That's christmasfestival.com, or you can just log on to ktbs.com and find out everything you ever wanted to know about the Christmas Festival. Coming up after the break, we're going to talk more about this unique relationship, the city of Natchitoches, the college, Northwestern State University, and this amazing Christmas festival. Coming right back. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. I'm Rick Rowe, and I'm coming to you live from the banks of the Cane River in Natchitoches, Louisiana, for the KPXJ CW21 Christmas Show, brought to you by Northwestern State University. I hope you've enjoyed this show. We've tried to tell you a little bit about the unique relationship that this town has with this college and, of course, this festival. But you know, the college has been here for, I guess, 127 years now. It is beautiful. It's got a rich history. We showed you the coffee table book a little while ago. But as a parent, you want to know when you drop your child off to a college that they're at a place that you feel safe and you feel like they're going to be surrounded by family. Well, let me tell you, they have done that very effectively right here at Northwestern.
Northwestern is a place that has a special feel to it, a special meaning.
I kept hearing that.
It's the idea that there are people who walk across that stage at graduation and they're third and fourth generation graduates. It's the idea that I can walk across campus and know that my grandmother walked across this campus before I did.
History, tradition, family.
Like the motto here is find yourself in Northwestern, and I think that's definitely like what happens when you come here. I mean, it's like a big family, like you always have that support system. And
big shoes for a place that started on a hill called Normal. In an old convent, 2 teachers, 60 students, all wanting to become teachers. 125 years later, Northwestern University will graduate more than 200 teachers, including many with advanced degrees.
When we put teachers out, they're prepared and they're a wanted commodity out in the state and even outside of the state.
In the 1940s, Northwestern began training nurses at a satellite campus in Shreveport.
The Shreveport area was a haven for medical services, and I think Northwestern jumped on the opportunity at the time it was needed and obviously has led the way.
Northwestern is surrounded by extraordinary history. Natchitoches, the state's oldest community. The great Cane River plantations. It's the reason Northwestern is one of the only places in America where you can get an advanced degree in preserving the past.
We have such a collection of historic sites that our students can go out and do hands-on and train and learn from the experts and be able to work on historic sites.
The school has a nice balance of the old and the new, including hundreds of virtually brand new dormitories. And parents are especially excited about those new gates.
And we actually are able to keep the campus safe by closing the campus in the evening and opening it up in the morning. So parents can feel that their kids are, for a better word, staying home or they're going to visit family.
There's that word again, family. You really do sense it here, that somehow this place, so rich in history and tradition, has managed to make time its friend.
It's heritage, it's time stopped. It's a friendly place. To me, it's home.
It does feel a little bit like home. I'll tell you, I love Northwestern. I kind of wish I had gone here, but I didn't. But you guys have that rare opportunity. This is Mallory McDowell, who grew up in Shreveport, Bossier, and this is Daniel Charbonneau. Both of you could have gone a lot of other places. You chose Northwestern, and you're glad. Why?
I'm glad. It's a great atmosphere around here. The campus is great. There's a great student-teacher ratio. It's a great community. Everybody knows everybody. We're all really close. And obviously this community is great. They support Northwestern so much. It just makes it easy to just live here and be here and have a great college experience.
Right. So there is something to that family thing that they talked about, Daniel?
Oh yes. Natchitoches isn't too small, but it's not too big either. Like, it's just right. Like, you have that right mix. Like, you go somewhere and everyone knows who you are and you know everybody else, and it's just awesome when you go somewhere for it to be like that.
Okay, and you feel like academically you're getting all you need.
Absolutely, definitely. It's a challenge, you know. It's a challenge for everybody when they go to college. But once you get in your routine and you know what you're doing, and the professors they help you a lot, so that makes it easier.
Yeah.
But yeah, academically, it's very great.
And the safety thing. We showed some. You got some beautiful new dorms here. They really are gorgeous new dorms. Gates are closed, so you feel good as a woman. You feel safe here.
Absolutely. It's very difficult to get on campus after the gates close. You have to have a very good reason. You have to have that sticker. It's hard to get in there, and you know, the gates are locked, and it's a very safe place. Yeah, I feel comfortable.
All right, I haven't asked you about your major, Daniel. What are you majoring in?
I'm a biology major with a concentration in dental. That's where I want to go, dental school.
Okay, all right. And?
I'm a secondary English education major, so I want to teach English to high school, middle school.
Thousands of teachers, thousands of nurses, and it looks like at least one dentist coming from Northwestern. All right, way to go, guys. Appreciate that. As you see, this is firsthand. I don't think they're telling me a story. I believe what they're saying here. This place has a unique, it really is. I think there's a feel here, and I think it's that relationship between the town and the college that is unique here. Anyway, coming up in just a second, talk about fun, because you do have a little fun in college, right? There's a big gala coming up at Northwestern. We're going to talk about that when we come back. I'm Rick Rowe. Thank you for joining us. We're coming to you live from the banks of the Cane River, Natchitoches, Louisiana, for the KPXJ CW21 Christmas Show, brought to you by Northwestern State University. I want you to notice it is gorgeous. We're getting a sneak preview tonight of the Christmas lights. They don't officially come on until Saturday night. Chris Gillum, Northwestern. There's something that goes on here that I had never heard of. Shame on me. It's called the Gala, and I'm told it's really cool.
It really is. It's about the community. It's about giving to the children in the community. It's a really exciting production that involves your traditional carols and hymns, but also some of the Christmas classics. It involves a lot of newer, fresh numbers that are fun. It's just really a great time for the community to come out and be involved, and really kind of an unofficial kickoff to the Christmas season. They really feel like they get involved in the Christmas spirit.
And I can come. It's not exclusive.
Absolutely.
Anybody can come.
No, we want you to come, and we want all of the community from all around to come and see actually what the School of Creative and Performing Arts at Northwestern State University has to offer. Our music program, our drama, dance, and art. It really is a fantastic program, and it's something that we want to do for the community, to be able to kind of lift their Christmas spirit, but also to kind of show off the talent we have.
Very quickly, when?
It's going to be the week after Thanksgiving on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. The evening performances are 7, 7, 7, and 9:30 on Friday night.
Chris, I'm going to be there. I love galas, so thank you, man. All right, we can't end without the Merry Christmas bells. These girls are amazing. They can sing. Sing that song, the traditional Christmas song from Natchitoches. As they sing us away, remember, the festival officially starts Saturday night. There'll be fireworks, they'll turn on the lights, and then there are Christmas carolers. There's lots of quaint little shops. There's lots to see and do. And if you want tickets to the gala, you can get them at nshutickets.com. Thank you, Mr. Chris. And of course, remember, every Saturday night,
parades, festivals.
Well, they want me to interview the Christmas bells as they sing. So I tell you what, this should let them keep singing, and I'll just talk a little bit about the festival because I want to make sure you guys get down here. And remember, we're talking 45 nights of lights, so you got plenty of time to do it. On Saturday nights, remember, it's not just the lights. There's a fireworks display. I'm told an amazing laser light show. Of course, as I mentioned, there's Christmas carolers, there's live music, and of course, December 3rd, there's the big parade. Do that again, girl. Let's rewind and start.
You'll see those horse-drawn carriages touring Natchitoches.
It just really is neat, folks. If you want to really get into the spirit of Christmas, there's no better way to do it than right here in Natchitoches. Now, you can do Natchitoches, and then you can do Marshall and Jefferson and all the other places, but you've got to at least spend a weekend, a day, an evening in Natchitoches, because like I said, nobody does it like they do here.
Thinking, what if Cane River froze? Parades, festivals.
Remember again, it all gets underway this Saturday night for the official turning on of the lights, and then 45 nights of lights in Natchitoches. Thank you so much from Natchitoches, the Christmas Festival at Northwestern State University. Have a great night and a great Christmas.
Outside the lights are twinkling and Front Street has great food. So you're invited by the bells and Miss Merry Christmas too.